travels, people are in this state of consciousness where despair and hopelessness, but where we have to remain as a collective consciousness is creating the new earth. It's already in the making. It's so vital that we don't spend any time on negativity or TV or third dimension. We're in, to me, one of the most powerful times ever to be alive. It's an 11 this year, and it's all about creating, co-creating, and it's very fast. The piece that I also feel I want to share as an elder is how important sacred time is. And the whole journey, to me, is through the heart center. Open your heart, and everything you need is there. All the wisdom is there. There's really nothing to figure out, nothing to study. We're shifting in the heart to our higher consciousness. And so the more we continue to remain in that state, we're moving into what we call the light body. So we're returning home to our natural state of being at this time. And everything is very, very accelerated. I heard something the other day where most people are using 6 senses. We actually have 350. So we're also in a time where we're in limitless possibility. So I really feel very privileged to be alive at this time. Very humble, very blessed and graced to meet so many young people that are awake. Yeah.
Maybe could you tell us a little bit, because I know some people know your story, some people don't. It hasn't always been easy for you. You haven't only seen positive things, but so when you say it's important for us to focus just on the positive, and that considers what you experienced at Standing Rock, and I know you've traveled the world. Can you maybe talk a little bit about what you've seen in your travels that keeps you so optimistic, and how you can speak from such a positive place?
Well, I feel like my journey started at a very young age because I grew up in a very chaotic household. And so I found myself often retreating outside, laying on the grass and looking up at the sky. I feel I've also been graced. I had my children naturally. Nobody had to tell me. I didn't give them chemicals. I made my own baby food. I started meditating when I was probably about 18, probably before that, but actually, I remember picking up The Power of Positive Thinking by Norman Vincent Peale. And I was always on a quest, I believe also because of what happened to me in childhood, to heal those wounds. So those woundings are vital. They are, because if nothing happens to you, you just remain stationary. My teacher, Blue Joy, used to say, you're just a happy vegetable in the garden. So it's not the wounding, it's how you're going to handle it. Probably one of the 2 most difficult things that happened to me on this journey is my youngest daughter transitioning in 2004. She was only 23 years old. But I had already, at that time, I was very involved in Buddhism. And the other thing I want to share is there's nothing to figure out. I mean, it's important not to lock into anything, I am this or I am that. I really let spirit guide me. And for me, it's not through the mind, it's through, is the energy there? Is it calling me? And the heart will clearly tell you that. But as a result of being with the Dalai Lama and actually the 17th Karmapa and many great masters in the East, it prepared me for my daughter's transition. I was in stillness. And I actually stayed up that whole night meditating. And in the morning, she actually was calling my name, and I was looking around because it was so loud. And what she said was, Mom, Mom, tell everybody, if you walk slowly and quietly, you will hear my laughter. And you will know the place where my soul has taken me. Nothing has changed except I have shed my physical body. I am joyful. I am free as a bird. So I was graced. In that moment, I went into a state of actually bliss for 6 weeks with her. There was so much light. And I was the trees, I was the stars, I was the sky. I was at total peace. And yes, I attribute that to my spiritual path. That's why we don't need to keep reading and running unless you're guided. You know, here to that workshop, or especially in the West, a lot of Westerners, and we call it spiritual materialism. It's no different than gathering. Exactly. So you just listen to your heart and let your heart guide you.
Yeah, absolutely. Speaks true. At least when I think of the solution to the problem, I like to think nature holds the guide, or is the teacher. And so if we can understand how she does it, how she somehow organizes all of this, maybe if we design our societies to be like nature, we would be a lot more better off, I guess.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, and it isn't even just looking at how she's designed, it's going and listening and being in this moment. Trees will actually call you to come talk to them. Whenever I see a hawk or any kind of bird, I stop and I ask, what is the message that you have for me? And I'll hear it. It'll tell me why it came. And saying, for any kind of medicine, whether it's four-legged, the winged, the fur, the creepy crawlers, the trees, the stars, the sky, everything is speaking to us. That's why it's so important to be in the moment, not think about the past or something way down the line, because I truly believe from my heart that we're the dancers. The dance is orchestrated out. And it's simply open your heart. Allow what wants to happen. Surrender the need to know, surrender the control. And the most important to me component is the trust. So once you let go of that need to know and that need to hold on and then try to orchestrate things, it's effortless.
What advice would you share for someone who feels like the problem's too big? Like when we talk about water is life, it makes me think of activism and standing up for the sacred and like changing the way we're doing things to improve the world. And I think of a lot of Westerners who somehow find themselves in a state of comfort and there's not too much that's going wrong for them personally. So it feels hard maybe to sympathize with someone who's in poverty or struggling or is being manipulated. Like, what do you say if you ever come across a person like that who's seeking motivation or to become more active?
Let's take Standing Rock, for instance. I clearly got guided to be there in prayer. And so did many of the elders I met. And it's vital that we do it in a peaceful way. And once again, I feel you'll be guided, but so often people are wounded, and then they bring that wounding into the cause, and it actually creates more chaos if they get aggressive, or like in Standing Rock, the elders wanted to maintain prayer. We were guided that was the most effective way. Yes, you do have to take action, but it has to be in a state of compassion and not where force and violence is used, because at Standing Rock, that's an army that we were facing. They were way more powerful in terms of weapons, their technology, everything else. So you're not, and where I saw it most effective when, that was part of what the Akichita, those are the frontline warriors. They were at the front, and their backs were actually to Dapple, because they don't become a warrior unless they're willing to actually even lose their life. If something happens, they're there to protect the people behind them. That's why they don't usually face straight on.
So nonviolence, prayerful change. What is your insight on how prayer helps the world?
Prayer is very, very, very powerful, because it's a collective consciousness. There's a Hindu saying that if one person is conscious, in that consciousness, you actually affect 100,000 people. So everything is energy. And so if you're maintaining a loving energy, it exponentially shifts the issue. They've done studies. And meditating. I've been a long time meditator. It's like, it's not a should, it's a privilege for me to be communing with Spirit. And it just keeps me very aware, keeps me here, present. Life seeks balance, so moment by moment, everything is right around us that we need to see to shift next.
In this time where there's people who have the ability and influence and resources to really help not only finance but to bring awareness to causes, what do you think the role is of cultural creatives, or the people who are out front? Are they leaders? Are they just privileged to have a platform?
Well, it's interesting you say that, because I'm actually in a film called Wisdom the Grandmothers, and this was filmed, I don't know, at least 7-8 years ago. I addressed that situation. I believe that we are to share. That nobody needs millions of dollars in the bank. And I believe many of them do share. I do know that many of them also contributed to Standing Rock, but anonymously. I do feel not one person should go without an education or without anything that they need, because there's an abundance on this planet, not a lack. But I also believe that there's an underlying dance. I don't want to go too deeply into it, where a certain percentage that are at that top of the whatever, it's like music. There's someone by the name of Sarah Adams. She spoke at the United Nations recently, and she said the reason why they don't help straight people, and she's pretty dialed in, she's multidimensional. I highly recommend you listen to her talk. But that there are many entities that haven't ascended fully that are in a lower realm feeding on these straight people, and they actually want them to be unproductive. Yeah, I mean,
Survival
mode. Yeah. There's plenty of funds to take care of any issue we have here, and that's hard. So, I do prayers for those people that they wake up. I pray for Donald Trump. I believe that he has served in many ways to wake people up. He is an indicator of the collective consciousness here in America. Yeah. And that there's always chaos before order comes in. And I happen to be also what you call a dream walker. So I'll have collective conscious dreams. I had a dream in '98 that predicted the World Trade Center falling down. It is the end of the old order, and this is the residual of what's happening. So we don't want to keep feeding into it, because you continue that energy. We shift our consciousness up and move into limitless possibility to create the new earth. And that's what's happening, like your community. I happen to be lucky. Last year I traveled to Portugal and to Brazil in ceremony. And there are many people away. They're already creating sacred schools for children. So it's happening. And that's where we put the energy to focus. How can I help? How can I make a difference? Not go against or up against
these militaries.
We're not going to win that fight. Nor it's counterproductive, because I had to share this at Standing Rock constantly. Every time you say something negative, it's toxic. It goes into the water, goes into Mother Earth. It's in your body, and you just put it into the atmosphere. So if you're really here to make a difference, don't fight. Don't talk to each other that way. I do fully believe that we're fulfilling a prophecy at this time, and it's not just Lakota. It's Ecuadorian, African. There is that prophecy that the red, the yellow, the black, the white are uniting as one. We're one family. We're one family. We all come from the same place, so even this, are you indigenous? Or we can't share these ways. All of that has to fall away. We're all connected. And I had this question constantly at Standing Rock. In fact, somebody posted something after Burning Man saying, she says she's from the Rainbow Tribe. You're darn right, I do. They asked me what tribe I belong to. I say the Rainbow Tribe. I represent all people. And that's what we're doing back here.
Earth, Mother, body.